But now, Richard, your newsletter this week had some surprising insight from a palace insider about Meghan's show.
Yeah, I've been desperate to know what did, because we all had our own views about this trailer and the Instagram, and I was desperate to find out what's the word at the palace, what are people being saying about it there. But I was actually quite surprised when I found out, because essentially they wish Meghan well, they hope it's a success, and that's not because they're going to be sitting around eagerly watching her cookery programme, but if it's a success, it means that Harry and Meghan don't have to go back to exploiting those royal connections again. I mean, remember when they got the huge deal from Netflix, what was the big lure for Netflix? It was that they were going to be telling their story, which they did with their series. This other stuff is kind of additional to that.
But surely even the Sussexes know now that they've flogged that horse with sort of like going back and telling the tales of woe about what a dreadful life royal existence is.
No, I mean, do not underestimate the importance of this programme, because their Netflix deal ends this year. And if it's not a proper hit, Netflix will be reluctant to renew that very expensive deal. And then they only would if they were offering something juicy, like we're going to be doing another reality show, we're going to be, talking about this, that and the other. So, a relatively innocuous cookery show very much suits the royal family.
So wanting it to be a success is not because suddenly everyone's cheerleading for Meghan over at Buckingham Palace, is that right?
No, I don't think they'll be gathering around with the popcorn for a sort of joint viewing of With Love, Meghan.
Oh, you never know. You never know.
My family, so those are the words of Carnival of so-called expert Richard Eden, who works for the Daily Fail, whereby, as you've heard, he has said that apparently the palace wants Meghan's show on Netflix to be a success. Now, my family, number one, the first thing that we are learning here, it is that the palace is continuing to brief stories about Meghan to the press, to people like Richard Eden. What I do like is that the Carnival of so-called experts, are confessing themselves. Oh, you know what? As Eden says, I went to the palace because I wanted to hear what they think about Meghan's show on Netflix. And apparently, here is what they told me. That they hope that Meghan's show will be a success. My family, if that is what the palace truly wants, then let me ask a question. Why is it that the palace are still allowing their PR arm, that is the British media, to attack Meghan's show on Netflix before it even, my family, streams or is available to watch on Netflix? Why? Why? Why are the royal family not telling the tabloids, leave Meghan alone? Leave Meghan alone. Let her promote her show on Netflix in peace. Leave her alone, because the palace has the power to tell the tabloids to back off. But they have not done that. And that's why these palace insiders that Carnival of so-called expert Eden Richard went to ask them what are their thoughts about Meghan's show on Netflix. Those people don't want Meghan to succeed. They don't want Meghan to do well. They want Meghan to fail. They want Meghan to fail. They want Harry to fail. Because the firm have a vested interest in doing everything in their power to control Harry, to control Meghan. Remember what the Byline Times reported a couple of months ago. They reported that the idea or the prospect of Harry and Meghan being out there, being in California or anywhere else, having all the global headlines, talking about them, is something that senior members of the royal family don't want. And what are we seeing? Even despite Harry and Meghan fleeing the UK, the tabloids, media outlets all across the globe are still talking about Harry and Meghan. The firm senior members of the royal family also feared that Harry and Meghan would eclipse the royal family, who are taxpayer funded back in the UK. So to them, there were two options. There were two my family options, and those options remain even to this date. Number one, it was either, and still is either, Harry and Meghan are back in the royal fold, whereby they can be controlled, where their light can be dimmed as much as possible to ensure that they are of no competition to William and Kim Moulton, my family, or Harry and Meghan, who can't be controlled as they earn their own living, are to be castigated as comprehensively as possible to ensure that also they don't eclipse the royal family. They don't eclipse William, Kate, Charles, Camilla. Those options, remain in place to this date, my family. Even to this day, my family, the firm is still trying to control Harry, is still trying to control Meghan and their kids, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet Diana. That has never ever stopped. If the firm truly wanted Meghan to succeed, because I know they're watching every movement made by Harry and Meghan. I know they're watching most of Prince William. He is watching. If they truly wanted Harry and Meghan to succeed, from the moment that Harry and Meghan stepped back as senior members of the royal family, even then, the firm, William and Charles, should have commanded their PR arm, that is, members of the Royal Rota, the tabloid media in the UK, they should have told them, back off of Harry and Meghan. Leave them alone. But they never ever did that. And even to this day, they have never ever told tabloids in the UK to back off of Harry and Meghan. They have not told them to do so. And here they're saying, oh, you know what? We wish Meghan has shown success because we don't want to see Meghan, writing her own spare, her own memoir, they say. Remember, if it is true, as the palace likes to say, oh, you know what? We welcome Meghan. If it's true you did that, you would not be terrified about what Meghan can say about you. If it's true that Prince Harry and Meghan have been treated well by William, by Charles, by Kate, by Camilla, if it's true, then even they would not be afraid of what Harry or Meghan might say or can say. But the tabloids know that Harry and more so Meghan were treated extremely appallingly. And Meghan, a couple of months ago, said, and I quote, that she has not even scraped the surface, with her own experiences of what happened to her in the firm, in the royal fold. Meaning, there is so much more that Meghan hasn't said about what was done to her. And now, so-called palace insiders, William, we know it's you, Kate, we know it's you, are saying, you know what, we wish Meghan success on her show. If it's true you do, then why am I seeing your PR arm, tabloids, attacking Meghan's trailer for a show with Love Meghan before my family it even airs on Netflix? Why? Why? Why can't you tell the tabloid media to back off? You know, back off. Why? Why can't they do that? You know? Because if you're allowing, because I know the farm is watching, if you're allowing your minions to attack Meghan, her show, and I have seen multiple carnival of so-called experts who are close to Prince William attacking my family, the trailer that was released of my family Meghan's show with Love Meghan on Netflix, that only in a few days we'll be able to watch. If you're allowing your PR arm to attack the trailer, meaning attack Meghan's show, then of course you clearly don't want Meghan, her show, to do well. You don't want that. You don't want that. And you also, as the firm that is William and Charles, don't want Meghan to talk about what they did to her, because they know that what they put her through was horrible and also unsurvivable. You know? And in Harry's own words, in an interview with Tom Bradby a couple of years ago, Harry said that if you knew what I knew, you would be doing the same thing. You also would leave, would take your wife and your son and leave. If you knew what I knew, if you knew what was going on. In Spare We Learn, for example, Harry found out how my family staff members working for William were actively sabotaging Meghan. What Harry had no idea at the time was that there is no way a staff member, even though they're so entitled, as I've seen, there is no way they would ever attack Harry's wife without William's approval. No way. No way. But Harry now knows. Harry now knows. Meghan has always known. And that's why in the Harry and Meghan documentary, Meghan said to Prince Harry, upon finding out that Jason North, William's staff member, had issued a statement against her in court, a statement that was not needed to assist a tabloid that put Meghan through so much stress that she and Harry lost their unborn child. My family, Meghan said to Prince Harry, it is your brother. It's him. It's your brother. It's so obvious. I'm not going to say anything bad about your brother, but it's so obvious. It's him. He's the one who's hell-bent in destroying Meghan. How does the person who's so hell-bent in destroying his brother's wife, how does that guy want to see Meghan succeed? Surely. 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 I believe that the Windsors want Meghan's show on Netflix to do well if their minions, people like Richard Eden, were not attacking Meghan and Harry 24 hours a day. If the minions were not attacking Meghan's trailer, then I believe, indeed, the Windsors do want Meghan's show on Netflix to do well. But the fact is, they don't. They don't. They don't want Meghan to do well. They don't. You know? My family. You know? Because according to Carnival of so-called expert Richard Eden family, he says, and I quote, that everyone in the palace wants Meghan's show to be a success. And it's because if it is, she and Harry won't need to exploit their royal connections again. My family, this nonsense about Harry and Meghan exploiting their royal titles or their royal connections. My family, when Meghan was back in the UK, Charles said there is no money for Meghan. Tabloids would attack Meghan and Harry for doing renovations for a cottage that they knew did not even belong to Harry and Meghan. And they demanded that Harry and Meghan pay back that money, knowing full well that the cottage did not belong to Harry and Meghan. So there was no point ever in attacking Harry and Meghan for doing renovations costing £2.3 million or something for a cottage that the UK media knew did not belong to them. Now, my family, when you are attacking someone constantly, telling them, oh, you know what, the taxpayers don't want to pay for Meghan and Harry's newborn baby, and also for Meghan, if you're doing that constantly, don't you think that the person you are doing what you're doing to will say, okay, fine, let me go out there and work. Like Harry and Meghan did. They said, let me go out there and work. And now that they've said, okay, fine, we are going there to work for years, UK media themselves have done everything in their power to sabotage each and every single commercial venture that Harry and Meghan partake in. And then they say to Prince Harry, Harry, come back. Pa, your father is ready to pay your bills. Like Tina Brown, what she said a couple of months ago. Harry, come back. Pa is ready to pay your bills. Because the same people who mocked Harry when he said in the open interview, he was cut off, announcing to him, Harry, come back. Your father is ready to pay your bills, to come back to the same prison, the same kind of financial arrangement that keeps you controlled, that keeps you in a prison, you know, whereby you have no power to decide your future, your fate, where you are, your happiness, your freedom, to come back to that, you know, that same arrangement that UK media mocked you for having even. They were like, Harry, go get a job. When Harry said he was cut off by his father, they said, Harry, you are a fully grown man. Get a job, Harry. And then he got a job. They complained when he did. They complained when Harry and Meghan were able to, my family, get jobs. Or my family get lucrative commercial contracts that enabled them to pay their bills. UK media complained about it. And then they were like, come back, come back. Even to this day, they're still like that. Come back, come back, come back, come back. Charles can provide for you. Oh, you know what, Harry and Meghan, if your deal with Netflix ends, you know what, you can come back and work for us. My goodness. My goodness. The ones who bully Harry and Meghan are so desperate to control Harry and Meghan so badly. And my family, Harry and Meghan signed a very good deal. You know, this reported $100 million deal with Netflix was a very, very good deal for Harry and Meghan. A very good deal. My family, even if that contract or this deal with Netflix ends, the fact is Harry and Meghan already have made tons of money. They have made good money already. But of course, UK media are desperate to paint this narrative. You know what, Harry and Meghan's deal will end, and maybe if it ends, Harry will basically need a job, meaning he can come back and work for us, come back and serve us, because they still can't get over the fact that Harry left. And they can't control him. And every day the firm does everything to target each and every single commercial venture Harry and Meghan are part of, my family. Harry's job also a better up that enables Harry to be able to pay his bills also. Harry is targeted, you know, for that. His job even, my family, a better up, my family, a better up also has been targeted, you know, with some carnival or so-called experts calling for him to resign. Then how does he earn a living? And then they say, oh, you know what? We want Harry and Meghan to succeed because we are afraid of what they might say. If things don't work out, they might just end up, writing more memoirs. We don't want that. If you never ever wanted Harry and Meghan to say anything, the first thing that UK media could have done, even the firm could have done, is tell their minions, you know what? Back off of Harry and Meghan. Back off. Leave them alone. But they never have told their minions in the UK media to back off. They never ever have told their minions in the UK media to back off. Never. In fact, they've told them to go after Harry and Meghan and anyone in their circle. Anyone in Harry and Meghan's circle. You tell me, does that look to you like people who want to see Harry and Meghan succeed? The answer is no. And the fact is the firm does not want Harry and Meghan to succeed. The tabloids don't want Harry and Meghan to succeed. I have had multiple carnival of so-called experts daydreaming about seeing Harry come back to the UK with a tail between his legs of failure. Because they themselves, UK media, are doing everything in their power to ensure that no project that Harry and Meghan partake in succeeds. And they say, oh, you know what? The palace wants you to succeed. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. The palace doesn't want Harry and Meghan to succeed. They don't want Harry and Meghan to succeed. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. So Richard Eden, stop lying. Stop lying. UK media, for one, they do want Meghan to talk. They want Meghan to talk. They can complain and say, oh, you know what? We don't want another spare or another memoir. But the way they provoke Meghan tells me they do want another spare. They do want Meghan to write our memoir. And don't get me wrong, as a fan, I would like to know more. I would. However, I understand, for example, what Harry even said. Whenever he says anything about the royal family, his wife, his kids, himself are subjected to so much abuse. So for me, I would much rather Harry and Meghan protect their peace and mental health. Because I love them, I want to see them happy. Happy and living their best lives ever. And doing what they want to do. Being free, doing what they want to do. That's what I want for Harry and Meghan. For them to continue being free. And the way that Harry and Meghan continue being free is, of course, by earning a living, paying their own bills. That way, they're never ever dependent on Charles or William for money. But the way that the palace machinery is operating, the way that they allow their PR arm to continue targeting Harry at his job or better up, the way they allow them to target each and every single project Harry and Meghan partake in, the way I see how most of the carnival of so-called experts get so angry when they hear that Harry and Meghan have signed a lucrative commercial deal, it tells me the palace don't want Harry and Meghan to succeed. They want to see Harry and Meghan failing. They want to see Harry in a position whereby he is extremely vulnerable. And we have seen that even Charles himself, for example, by taking away Harry's security, what did he want? He wanted to control Prince Harry. One of the reasons cited as to why Charles stripped Harry and Meghan off of their security is because Charles wanted full and total control over Harry by scaring him, by terrifying him. Control by fear. By fear. By making Harry scared, by taking away his security. Control by fear. In what even Harry himself, my family, has mentioned, control by fear. And even to this date, that's what the firm and their minions in the UK media are still seeking. control of Prince Harry, control of Meghan. That is one of the many reasons as to why the smear campaign continues. Because the firm have no power or control over Harry and Meghan, and they want to reestablish control and power over Harry and Meghan. You know? My family, I'll tell you this. No matter what carnival of so-called expert Eden Richard says, the palace don't want Meghan to succeed. They don't want Meghan's show to do well. They want them to fail. And they hope that if they fail, they'll come back. Harry in particular will come back with a tail between his legs. Those are the words of multiple carnival of so-called experts expressing what they want to see happening. You know? So of course, they don't want to see Harry and Meghan succeed or do well. They don't want that. They don't. And my family, it is wrong. It is so wrong. It is so wrong to see how Harry and Meghan keep on being harassed, targeted, abused, insulted, and through it all, Harry and Meghan just show up and do good. No matter what they've experienced or endured, they show up and do good. No matter what. No matter what Harry and Meghan go through, they show up and do good. And they're a true, true inspiration to us all. You know? And my family, I believe that Meghan should do well. I firmly believe it. I firmly believe it. I believe also that once we see American Riviera Orchard fully launch, I know that Meghan, it will do so well. I know it will do so well. I have a feeling in me that tells me that we're going to see Meghan becoming a billionaire. I have this feeling it's going to do well. I have this feeling. And I ask you all to keep praying for Harry and Meghan because they know that they need our prayers. You know? We want to see them succeed, prospering. But the firm, William and Charles, and UK media want to see them failing. And of course, tabloids and senior members of the royal family want to see William, you know, thriving, or how can I put the family, even, you know, excelling at Harry's expense. You know? They want William to benefit from Harry's destruction. And the firm is employing every weapon at their disposal to try and destroy, you know, Meghan, to try and destroy Prince Harry. And we pray every single day that the firm does not succeed. We pray every single day that the firm does not, my family, succeed. If you treat your Meghan well, no matter what book Meghan writes or what book Harry writes, they will only have nice things to say about Charles, William, Camilla, Kate Morton. But you all know that Harry and Meghan were treated appallingly by Charles, William, Kate, and Camilla. And now they're all scared, you know, about what Harry or Meghan might say. Because I believe what they did to Meghan was even much worse. Much worse. Much worse. And I feel like they're more terrified about what Meghan might say. About what Meghan might say. Because the thing is, as I've always said, really, about the smear campaign towards Meghan and Harry. Harry was target number 2. The smear campaign indeed was designed to destroy him or dim his light through one way, by destroying his marriage, his union to Meghan. You know? However, the primary target number 1, has always been Meghan. And no wonder you see Dan Wootton, for example. The main person he attacks is Meghan. No wonder William had no idea why Harry even fled the UK. Because he understood why Meghan left. He never understood why Harry left. Because the abuse was meant to drive Meghan away. It was Meghan who was and still is mostly targeted to drive her away from Harry, or get her to say that, you know what, Harry, I'm done. It's too much abuse. I'm done. It's over between us. That is the position that the firm have wanted to put Meghan in, to make her leave Harry. that's also dimming Harry's light. My family. It's what they still want. So my family, the attacks have been meant to hurt Harry and Meghan, yes, but Meghan more so than Prince Harry. It's why we see Dan Wootton attacking Meghan even more, way more than he does, of course, Harry. And also what the other carnival of so-called experts do. They attack Meghan and then say, Harry, come back. Harry, come back. The door is wide open for you to come back. You're welcome here, Harry. As you can see, my family, the attacks are meant to make Meghan leave and then Harry to come back. They don't attack Harry that much compared to Meghan. You know it, I know it. My family, even they know it. And my family, once again, we condemn the attacks on both Harry and Meghan in the strongest terms possible. And we demand once again that this smear campaign towards Harry and Meghan end. It needs to end. It needs to end. We demand that the smear campaign towards Harry and Meghan end. It needs to end. It needs to end. It needs to end. My family, the farm and UK media have no good wishes towards Harry and Meghan. And I've always said that no matter how many times they want to see Harry and Meghan fail, they're going to see Harry and Meghan thriving and doing so well. The smear campaign will keep on failing, while Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, will keep on thriving. And every day we say this, may no weapon formed against Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lilibet, Diana ever prosper my family. And you and I both know, tabloids, the farm, are doing everything in their power to destroy Harry and Meghan, but for the past 8 years, they've been trying and failing. And may they never ever succeed in destroying Harry and Meghan. And my family, as Harry even said a couple of weeks ago, he has every single intention to stay in the US with his family. Of course, that angered many carnival of so-called experts because it's Harry they want back. It's Harry they want back even more. That's why even Harry's words are even way more significant. I found when he talks about, whether or not he and Meghan are staying in the US or not, his words, of course, are way more significant because UK media have no issue with Meghan never coming back. But with Harry, they have a big problem with him not returning. It's he they want back so badly. Him. And my family, what tabloids fail to understand is that time and time again, they've abused Harry all these years. And not even once has he ever sat down at the same table with the media and say, oh, you know what, let's make a deal. He can't stand them. And he never, ever will ever stand them. He can't stand them. And he's never going to be able to, my family, stand them. Never. He'll never, ever whine or dine with his abusers. And also treat his family, Meghan, Archie, Lilibet, appallingly. Never. Abuse drove Harry and Meghan away. Abuse will never, ever make them sit down at the same table with the abusers and somehow say, let's work together. Never happening. So my family, right now, I want to hear your opinion on what we have just discussed. May God bless Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lilibet, Diana, and Doria Ragland. And all of you members of the squad at home, may never wins, love wins, and stay tuned to this video. Love you also forever, and may no weapon formed against Harry, Meghan, Archie, and also Lilibet, Diana ever prosper. Subscribe. First of all, thank you. Thank you for watching our videos. It means the world to us. For all these years, you have tuned in, supported our community, and all I want to say is thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching our videos. It means the world to me. Ever since my father passed away, this community has been everything to me. Talking to you every single day is joyful to me. It makes me happy. It makes me happy. And honestly, you've been part of my healing process. And I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. So please kindly, once again, like and subscribe for daily and consistent content. And to those who are new in our family, welcome. Welcome to Sussex Squad Family TV on YouTube.